So I went golfing yesterday. Do you guys know what the difference between a golf ball and the G-spot is?
Good Lord.
The amount of dimples.
No, a guy will actually look for a golf ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Sody, I'm officially worried if I'm you at this point. Doc's got this.
They're getting good.
They're getting good.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't know if you would have done that?
I
one?
like the ponderers. I like the one that really make you dig deep, make you think critical theory. You know, man, is what he said a bad thing?
You know what? I agree. 'Cause
You
that's
just
what
bring
the second office is all about. And this is another episode
They
of the
are
second
great.
office. And I'm your host, Alec George.
They're great.
With me, as always, Sody and Doc. And we got a guest. We got another one. This is Josh Fellman,
Let's go. We're pumped. We're thrilled.
longtime friend and fantasy football league mate. Kicked his ass a few times. He's kicked mine. It's this way it goes in fantasy football. Josh is the owner and founder of Flipside Dispensary and Music in Minneapolis. And I'm going to do it one more time.
Heck yeah.
We're going to kick off the show. Excuse me, Josh. I'm sorry. It's going to have to wait. Guys, how was the week? Whoever can start. We got
Doc, you want to start?
You always want me to go.
Mine was awesome. Really enjoying my new path of monetary acquisition. It's fun.
You like making money?
I do.
Good.
It's a lot of fun. Great team. It's talking to people.
So, you got a new job?
Yep. And it's pretty sweet.
So
But
proud of you.
I'll do a little ad maybe on it. But still learning. So
Good.
But getting outside, I got to go to the driving range on Sunday. That was amazing. Nice twilight. $6
Oh, that's great.
for a bucket. And the guy's like, take 2 if you want. I'm like, I only have one hand. It's crazy. But it was great. I did terrible. How do you stop from, what is it? So I'm right-handed. That thing goes immediately right, almost to the guy to the right of me.
You're coming across it.
Well, it's like if I slow it down, my club face is not flat on it anymore. It's like that. And the ball's this way, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
How do I stop that?
Well, turn your wrists and twist your hips.
I'm going to have to wear like wrist braces. I feel like that's the problem is they
Do you
move.
keep eye contact on the ball?
That's big difference for me. If I stare straight down, that thing goes straight. Every time I hit
Funny,
it
huh?
straight once,
Weird.
I look up and go, where'd it go? Every time.
There you
Weird.
But I'm practicing.
Funny how
that's-
that works.
That's how you get to Carnegie Hall.
Where?
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Not familiar?
For golf?
No. It's a music venue.
Well, yeah.
Orchestras.
Doc, how's the week?
What?
It's how you get to Carnegie Hall. Practice.
Week's good. First off, this was crazy.
Yeah.
So much crazy HR stuff. But hopefully we get that figured out.
The Tiger get loose?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
No, I mean, it was a WWE cage match fight at the hotel.
Who won? Nobody. That's
Yeah,
who wins.
up in the air right now.
nobody wins
Nobody.
there because we're
Yeah.
still dealing with a week later.
Still
now.
dealing with it.
So it was 2 employees.
Craziness.
It was
too many phone
employees.
calls. Too much of my time.
2 employees just.
But hey, I got to go golfing yesterday, so that's all that matters.
Where'd you hit it on one?
Straight.
Second shot?
Straight.
On the green?
Don't lie.
2-putt?
No, I actually did.
2-putt?
Really?
Yeah.
You started good.
Started good. The rest
You-
of the
you
rest-
said it
just
was
went
bad.
shit. Yeah, it just went shit afterwards.
What was your score?
Hey, all that matters is I made $55.
That's
So it was
very
good for
true.
me.
Okay.
Did you improve and feel better after the round?
Yeah, from the $55 I got.
Then you went golfing, man. Yeah.
You golfed.
Yep.
Hell yeah. My week?
I didn't ask.
It was great.
Josh?
My week?
Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean, we'll talk about it later. I'm at the store 65 hours a week. So sunny days are good days for me because I can prop the door open,
Yeah.
get a little fresh air on my face.
Mhm.
So far, so good.
I love it. What are your hours of operation, just for my curiosity?
10 to 7 Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday.
Perfect.
Good
George,
hours.
can you pull that mic a little closer to him, please?
Nope.
All right, so what am
There
I
you go.
talking about? Yeah,
Something
you're
like that.
professional with sound equipment.
Here we go. My week.
I forget.
I had a good week. I finished the Fallout series, and it's great.
Dude, I finished the Fallout series yesterday.
Damn,
Isn't it
he's
awesome?
interested in it.
How do you like it?
I gave it an 8.8.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't
I feel it.
9. I feel like if you're doing a video game recreation series, The
Yeah.
Last of Us is the pinnacle. That's the 9
Man,
or
was
10
that
out
such
of
a-
10. But
how
it's
the-
like one level right above, under
So
that.
I actually never finished the Last of Us game.
I mean, I never played it.
Okay. So I don't know if the game is more of an anthology or what, but how they made the TV show an anthology was just so God, was it? Yeah,
It was
cannot
really
wait
impressive,
for
yeah.
another season.
So Fallout just like one level below that.
I agree.
I thought.
I agree. More fun. You don't need to take it as seriously,
Way
right?
more fun. Yeah.
But I love how they incorporated like actual, like gripping stakes to it, and great drama.
I thought this season could have used 2 more episodes. I think 10 is like a nice number.
I see too many 8-season episodes these days.
I know.
Too many damn 8-season
Well, every
episodes.
episode costs like $800 million to make these TV shows. So I
Tell
get
ya.
why they do less and less of them. But
Well, yeah, but for our sake, it should be
yeah,
more.
it should be 10.
Should be more.
Wait,
Awesome.
Nas Reed won 6th Man of the Year?
We're going to get there.
Oh, sorry.
Now I got to do this. But we'll get there.
Fallout sounds cool, though.
It's great.
You don't need to play the game to
No, you
watch
don't.
the show.
Well, that's good.
Great show.
Good to know.
But if you're
Great
like
show.
a big nerd, you can watch the show.
What?
You can watch the show and then go on the internet and
You
like,
are in my house.
dive deep into like
These are
the
my
video
Harry Potter
games.
Legos.
So if you're a huge nerd,
Stop.
you can do that.
He's a collector. I mean, 2 of anything makes you a collector. so
That's fair. Yeah.
He's a Lego collector.
Well, sure, I got some cases of Harry Potter Legos, but you got a cool weed store. It's really cool, and I really want to hear more.
Yeah.
So let's go into
Talk
it.
about it.
How did it start? You said you've been open for about 4 months. Give us a breakdown.
Yeah.
And then we got questions.
So Tess and I should say, you said the founder. I'm a co-founder because I would
course.
be remiss if I did not say that Tess and I own it.
Your beautiful wife.
collectively. Yes.
Awesome.
She designed the whole store, did all the branding, does all of our social. So all of those beautiful photos, I could take no credit for. She did all of that.
So you guys didn't outsource a website at all?
I mean, the website is just a landing page right now.
Well, no, of course, but the pictures and the functionality.
No, I mean, the store,
Well
the
done,
design of the
Tess.
store. She did all.
Seriously, I was just looking at the pictures. The store looks beautiful.
It is. It's we are very proud of it. But yeah, I mean, I would say 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago, Tess and I have been to a bunch of legal states. Denver, one of our best friends, Joe, lives out in Denver. We've been to California. We've been to Illinois. We've been to a lot of legal rec states, and we would go into these dispensaries, and there's some that are very cool, and there's some that are very not cool. And we have been to a couple that like had some music. And we're like, this is great. How could we incorporate that more into a cannabis space and make it feel unique and make it feel like a destination? So Tess and I go to like 30 or 40 shows locally here a year. We go to multiple music festivals. That's like what we do together. And it's just like what we enjoy doing, like making playlists and doing all that stuff. So we took our love for that and we took our love for cannabis and we paired them together. So we have a really nicely curated cannabis selection. And then the back of the store, we have 1,600 records. They're all $5. It's a super eclectic.
You sell them?
Yeah, we sell
Okay.
them. It's a super eclectic collection. And then we custom built 2 deep set listening lounges. They have their own record player and they have their own private headphones. So you can either grab any record from the ones that are for sale, or I brought in my own personal collection and you can grab one of those 2 and just hang out and listen to a record and, chill and then get some cannabis on the way out. So that was kind of the idea. Was making this space that felt unique and felt like a place that people would want to come to. There's not a lot of third spaces anymore. It's either coffee shops or bars.
Right.
And we wanted a space for the neighborhood to come spend time if they needed 30 minutes to chill. So
That sounds way cooler than
Yeah, man,
George's
that's
nerd
awesome.
basement. What are we doing?
So first of all, this is my space, and it's amazing.
it's a
Okay.
good space. Yeah, it's
So-
a good space.
Well, real quick though, because music shows. You talk about you and Tess love doing that. Real quick, Georgie loves Rushmores, which to him are a list of 5 things.
Okay.
What is your Rushmore of music shows you've seen? Let's just say in the last year.
Oh my goodness! In the last year, we just saw an act that we've been waiting to see for like 6 years at First Avenue. His name is Sampha. He's like an R&B.
Heard, but
He's
not
great.
familiar.
It's incredible. If you've ever heard of Frank Ocean, he kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
follows that kind of trajectory.
And so Frank Ocean he's top 2.
He's Tess's favorite artist ever, and
Is
he's
he
one
actually-
of my favorite artists ever.
Channel Orange, my absolute favorite album.
Oh, it's
Boom.
I have a copy of Blonde at the store. We got it on the second press.
You got Blonde? Can I
Yep.
show you something?
Yeah.
Okay, so before you leave, I'm going to have to show you my record collection.
Well, that'll be perfect.
But
Go get that
I'm
while
gonna-
he's telling us
I'm
the
gonna
rest.
show you. I'm going to show you one right now.
Yeah, go get
Fill the
that.
air.
But you can't show him any until Josh. Back to your list because I'm very excited to hear this.
So he was great. We just saw him a couple of weeks ago. We saw LCD Sound System for the first time. I've been trying to see those guys.
Wow, how
Yeah, it was incredible. James Murphy is
Yeah, where?
everything. We saw him in Chicago.
Shit.
And we have tickets to see him in May in Minneapolis.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, dude, that's beautiful. Holy smokes! I didn't know how many.
It's probably
of
my
these
favorite record.
were out in the world. Honestly,
Not many. Really not many.
Really not
Uh-huh.
that many. I mean, it's the same with Blonde. He never
Exactly.
pressed that many.
Yeah,
of those.
never got
So
it. Mhm.
this is gorgeous, dude. I'm gonna
Cool, right?
steal it.
We told him he could have it for bringing us all these great snacks
False.
and beverages.
So this is a little more than a year ago, but my favorite band, probably it kind of my top 5 kind of it rotates in and out, but Rage Against the Machine has been one of my favorite 5 bands my entire life, pretty much. I grew up on 80s rock, early 70s rock when I was a kid. So we drove to Wisconsin to see them on their new reunion tour. And then Zach tore his Achilles like 3 shows later, and then they ended up canceling the rest of the tour. And it was just, I saw them when I was 18 years old, and they just have not lost a beat 15 years later. They sound incredible. They're into it. They're just one of those bands where it's like, they're awesome on record, but you just do not understand them until you've seen them.
That was Tool for me.
Yeah.
I still ain't right.
They're great. You saw them at Target Center?
Oh,
yeah.
my heavens.
So good.
Incredible.
For me, that'd be Future Islands. I don't know if you're
They
familiar
were
with
just
Future
through
Islands.
here like last year,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
New album released recently, and it's great. But yeah, it's a live show. He puts on a performance. He's just insanely performative. He belly flops on stage. He like leaps up in the air and just fucking belly flops. Yes,
Speaking of a belly
he gives
flop,
it all. He
Josh,
tries.
do you know who Fred Durst is?
I do. I saw him 2 years ago.
George thought he was a murderer.
I thought it was Robert Durst.
I mean,
I thought it was a jinx.
if you would have seen Fred Durst on stage when we saw him 2 years ago, I would have thought he was a murderer too. He was looking. He did that weird dad thing for like
He dressed up like a
record.
rodeo cowboy one show.
Yeah, he's just
Belt buckle hat,
he's just a
everything.
weird dude. But they played it. We saw them for an hour. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Every song is amazing. Who else? So I have 2 more.
Yep.
I finally got to see Kendrick Lamar last year.
Sweet.
That was amazing.
Where?
XL.
Awesome.
And then we saw him again in Chicago, so I saw him twice.
Is XL better than Target Center
Um,
for big venues, or is US Bank take all
I
3?
I think that the US Bank's terrible.
Really?
The sound is awful. I don't know if you've seen it.
Too
show there.
echoey?
Yeah, way
Yep.
too echoey. It's too big.
Yep.
This was not designed for shows.
Armory, I
Heard
think,
that.
was one of my
Armory's
favorites.
great. Yeah, I mean, my list is probably first half first,
Oh,
just
yeah.
because the history there.
So
it's
in
just
up, too.
amazing
Yep.
being
Yep.
inside. And then Armory's probably second. They just really knocked it
Not
out.
a bad
The
seat,
best
yeah,
bar
or
and
stand.
best bathrooms of any venue in the state.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They were like, people need beers and people are going to need to pee after they have beers, so let's just do 1,000,000 of those.
This is the Armory?
It's yeah, the
I've never
Armory's-
been.
It's awesome.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. I
What
saw
about, I
Cody
like-
Jinks there. That was one of my. That was my last show before COVID,
Sure.
and it was incredible. Yeah, there's bars running down both sides, so there's like never a line.
Never
you just
a line,
walk up,
no.
someone immediately sees you coming. What do you want? Boom! By the time you're belly up, it's there. Yep, and then bathrooms all at the back in the corner.
slick.
It's amazing.
We're seeing we're gonna see LCD there in May, and then we're gonna see
awesome.
Orville Peck. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
him in June. So they've been booking a lot of country.
Son of a
It's not
gun.
really our genre, but we love Orville Peck.
What
I don't know what
what
it
about
is. Country
Palace Theater?
sounds great at the Armory.
Everything sounds great
What
there.
about Palace Theater?
I like Palace. The only thing is if you get to Palace late, like we tend to get to shows pretty late, it could get really full, and the
Yep.
sight lines are not great.
Yeah.
You get kind of stuck behind those pillars. But
So I saw Joanna Newsom there.
oh, nice.
If you're familiar.
I am.
Mm-hmm. That's you gotta eat a few edibles before that show. She plays the harp and sings to you, and it's just amazing.
Sounds lovely.
Andy Samberg's wife.
Oh no,
you
way.
guys aren't familiar. And saw
Another
twice
musician.
Beach House there.
Oh yeah,
Beach House,
is
one of my
great.
all-time
We were going to
favorites.
see them on their last run. We just couldn't. Make
Absolutely
it work,
worth
but
it. I've
yeah.
seen them 2 or 3 times now. So worth it.
If you get a good spot at Palace, it's a great venue. We just and that's our fault that we get there late because
Doing cool stuff.
yeah. Just
Well, speaking of the music you enjoy, I see you have your current obsessions playlist, Flipside Music on Spotify.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that is part of the store. So we make 11 of our own products, 4 different edibles, 2 THC, 2 non-THC, 2 drink additives, some CBD lotions, some CBD tinctures. It's 11 total products, but ultimately we wanted to incorporate the music any way we could. So every single one of our products has a custom-built Spotify playlist.
What?
So like our mushroom and
Very cool.
THC edibles have like an uplifting 2 p.m. playlist. Our CBN nighttime edibles is like lo-fi nighttime.
So instead of pairing a wine with your dinner, you're pairing
pair music
music
with
with your
everything.
product.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That's so
Amazing.
great. I
And
love
then-
that spin.
And then we have the store playlist as well, which is Current Obsessions.
So
It's also-
at what point can we enjoy product in your store and put on a record or is that never a thing?
That's a good question. We wanted an on-site consumption license. The state.
So it is a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they told us flat out no, as it current stands, because the health department is the one that is controlling the hemp side of things. That is not going to be the case for much longer. The Office of Cannabis Management will take over the low potency hemp side. But those rules and regulations are still a long ways away. So when we asked for an on-site consumption license, the state essentially told us, like, we're only giving them to places that already have an on-sale liquor license or places with a commercial kitchen, which we have neither of those. So we would love if the state came up with some really creative on-site things, like for just drinks and edibles, because that's
Right.
what we want to do. We don't want to do smokables on site. It's too hard.
Sure.
But that's what we want. We just aren't. Whatever you do outside before you come into the store is your own business.
I was just about to say, what's
so
stopping you from doing
nothing.
this and then coming in to enjoy and browse?
Absolutely nothing.
And
Yep. You
that's
just can't
great.
open a bag of edibles and eat it in the store.
Okay.
That's it.
There's an easy way around that.
There
Make
it is.
sure
Walk
you
out
can
to your
get
car
in
and
the
then
door
walk
if you're
back
going to
inside.
go there. Don't
Exactly.
be the guy that doesn't know where he's at. And then,
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course.
I've had that.
But yeah, we've had a bunch of people do that. We've had a bunch of people come in who had no idea about the records, and they were like, "I'm a little stoned right now." I'm like, "This is a perfect place for you to spend."
You're like,
30
"Hey, me
minutes."
too."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Take
That's
a look
great.
around. There's awesome stuff everywhere you look.
Yeah, there is.
Man. Well, so what's I guess flipping it a little bit
That's where we should do the Wii golf tournament.
as wow.
Now we're talking.
Josh,
a little
what do you
after,
say?
little after hours on a Friday night.
Well, so I tried for 420, which was it's obviously a big day in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
We did not have a huge event because we just had a launch event like a month ago, and it was way busier than we thought it was going to be. And some of our friends were having 420 events, so we were like, let's just do some specials. We don't need to do anything crazy. But I wanted to do something cool for people who are coming in, so I was trying to get our projector set up with N64. I wanted Mario Kart in the
Sweet.
store.
Yep.
But it ended
Yeah.
up being so busy that I could never get the N64 set up,
Yeah.
which is a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
But that is a goal for us, is for future events to have that projector going so people can come in and play N64 in the back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Amazing. God, that's such a good idea.
Mhm.
Get a Switch up in there.
I'm old school. I have Switch as well. And
Okay.
I have Mario Kart on Switch. But
Okay.
there's just something about holding those original plastic controllers that I think is fun,
Very.
especially in a store where it would take a lot for you to unplug an N64 controller and put it in your bag, where a Switch controller, you kind of get nervous that maybe they're expensive, maybe somebody would
That's a very good point.
pocket it and run
You
away.
don't have to tell me or
There
sell
are
me
bad
twice on
people out there.
nostalgia. I'm incredibly nostalgic and love the N64.
Nobody's stealing an N64 controller.
Good point.
Well, possibly.
Maybe.
You haven't seen the clientele at the hotel.
controller.
Yep.
Man.
3 of them.
Well, what flipping it around as we're kind of trying to do something similar. Biggest obstacles in starting a small biz.
Oh my god.
What have you faced? You've been open for 4 months now.
Yeah.
You said the process took a while.
Retail is a whole nother animal because there's just so many factors. Like, how much work does the space need that you're moving into? Are you like super inventory heavy? Are you a really niche place? So for us, the building that we have moved into is a standalone building, which we are trying to think forward, obviously, because we want a recreational cannabis adult use license. So we're a standalone building. We have delivery at the back door. We have secure windows. We just kind of design the store, even though we don't know exactly what the rules are going to be. We wanted to design the store as forward thinking as possible. So the state came in and was like, "Look, you're good to go." So our store was vacant for 4 years, and it was a pet shop before us that probably hadn't gotten touched in a decade. So we took it all the way down to the studs, and we were hoping that we could have saved something, but ultimately we were able to save nothing. So our contractor told us
Jeez.
a 4-month turnaround time. It ended up taking 7 months. So with retail, that is one aspect. The other aspect, honestly, is the employees side of it. We still don't have an employee, and that was a decision that we made. We wanted to introduce ourselves to the community. It's a really tight neighborhood in South Minneapolis, so we wanted to let people know that it's just Tess and I who own this place. We are Minneapolis residents. We care about this neighborhood because there's still some stigma about cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
And we just wanted to let people know, this store is different. This is not a head shop where a bunch of stoners are coming in and hanging out all day. It's we're trying to break the stigma of what cannabis can be. Most of our people that come into the store are 9 to 5 white collar jobs. That's who uses cannabis now. It's not the stigma of people who just smoke and don't have a job. That's not what it is anymore. And we wanted the store to feel like that. So,
Well, it's why do you get coffee at Caribou instead of the gas station?
right.
You enjoy
Better.
the space you're in when you're getting it.
100%.
So we wanted to be in the store just so people knew who we were. And now we're working on employees, and that is just such another beast. And the third thing is really just getting your name out there. That's like the hardest part. And because you don't have a lot of money. I mean, we don't have a lot of money to just spending thousands and thousands of dollars on advertising. So it's like, how can we organically get our name out there to let people know what we're doing and to show them the space?
Coming from a podcast that was called Good, Not Great, period, we get it.
Yeah.
It's hard to be noticed.
It is hard to be noticed, but you believe in your product. That's like the number one thing. You believe in what you do. That's step number one, and from there it grows. Cannabis is interesting from a small business standpoint too, because adult use is not federally legal. We're in the hemp space right now, which is federally legal, but there's still not a lot of safe banking regulations for it. So we had a 2-hour meeting when we opened our first business account. They swore up and down that they were hemp friendly. And then 60 days later, they shut our account down and we had to move to a different account. So there's also no financing in cannabis because it's not federally legal. So you are on your own. It's a super cash intensive industry. There's no loans. I can't go to the SBA and be like, this is my business plan. Please give me money. If you try to show up with a cannabis business plan, you're just going to be shown the door. So it's all cash. And obviously there's different ways to get that cash, but it's a cash intensive industry. So we're in a unique space with that. Like, not only are we a small business, but we're in a small business space that is very non-traditional. So it's been a little eye-opening, but we knew that going in, and we took a really long time to make a lot of these decisions before we've officially pulled the trigger. So from that standpoint, we were in pretty good shape. But I think for a lot of people who there's a lot of excitement about the cannabis industry, and there's a lot of people who want to get involved, but I think they get quite shocked about like the barriers to entry that there are, even on the hemp side, which is federally legal technically because of the 20
I feel like it's changing every day.
It changes every day. It's crazy. So yeah, long-winded answer.
No, that's
about,
amazing.
Small business startups.
No, that's great. And speaking of forever changing, this as of April 18th, Minnesota House approves bill to speed up start of recreational marijuana sales. What does that mean to you?
Yeah.
Anything? Or is it just more like, okay, hurry the fuck up?
That has been a moving target for literally a year. So the average time between legalization, which happened in Minnesota last May, and recreational on sale across the country has been 14 months. We are approaching a year already with no end in sight. Yeah. So Minnesota most likely will end up around 2 years from bill passage to on sale. So that number to me doesn't mean much at the moment because they have said about 400 different things over the last year. I was just at a meeting about a month ago, and my information is late quarter 2 2025. That's where we're at. Roughly.
This is such a bummer.
It's a huge bummer. The state is tripped over their own feet a bunch. I'm sure everybody has heard that they hired a director and then had to fire that director the next day.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, last summer they hired a director to run the Office of Cannabis Management that is overseeing this whole thing. She resigned, quote in air quotes, 24 hours later because she owned retail stores down in the South Metro and she was selling edibles that were illegally high concentrates, so like 25 milligram edibles. The state has really strict rules about what you can and can't sell. So she resigned after 24 hours, and the state obviously clearly embarrassed about that situation, the poor vetting. Literally, they just put somebody in a car and go have somebody check her stores out. This is like, what are we doing here?
Interesting.
They have not found a new replacement, so we do not have a director, a permanent director. We have a temporary director, and so whatever the temporary director decides could be overturned by the permanent director. We have no idea what the permanent director's ideas are going to be. And the state is doubling down on the vetting process, I was told. They've been re-vetting people who have worked for the state because that whole process was so embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, the job's posted on the website, on the state's website.
Because you're looking.
Yeah, you can go apply.
Son of a gun.
I had somebody come into the store who applied for a different spot with the OCM, and they were denied. And they were like, I've been in government for 12 years. They said I didn't meet the qualifications.
It's crazy. So
I'm not sure what they're doing. But the longer we go without a permanent director, the longer this is going to take because they're the ones that are setting up a lot of these rules and regulations.
Right.
So speeding up the process means almost nothing.
I found FBI secret agent on Indeed, but I didn't qualify. You had to speak more than one language.
He was on Indeed?
Yeah, FBI special agent. I showed you that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
right.
willing to travel. I'm like, hey, absolutely. I have a passport. And it's like, must speak all 14 of these languages. I'm like, ooh,
Dang.
I'm out.
I mean, the
Dang.
FBI is. We each have an FBI agent monitoring us at all times,
Yeah.
so they know already if you're qualified or not.
It's a quick no.
Why haven't they called?
I
Well.
can tell you why.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. I'm close. I'm close.
The recordings on his phone. They're like, ain't no chance this guy's
They're
FBI.
like,
What you
no.
mean?
Yeah.
He's on a podcast. Let's
Yeah.
listen to the podcast
He just talked
for
about
5
golf
seconds
and
and
Carnegie
realize no.
Hall in one sentence. They're like, this guy, not FBI material.
Those are two elegant things.
Sure.
His premium
Yeah,
content is about his favorite plane hijacker.
Who's your favorite hijacker? Mine's Richard Russell.
Is he the guy that jumped out of the airplane with the bag of cash and they never found
That's
him
DB
again?
That's
Cooper.
DB Cooper.
DB Cooper.
Cooper.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, this is Sky King, the guy that he worked on planes,
Okay.
and he snapped, man. He had enough.
Okay.
Blue Collar America just beat him down, and he got in this plane, fired her up, and took off, and did a barrel roll and a maneuver as these F-15s were following him. And he was just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to wreck everybody's day. Sky King? You've never heard of Sky King?
No.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta listen
super
to the
cool.
premium content.
It's super cool, and yeah,
Maybe I did.
This
hear
happened
about
August
him
2018.
because I have done that on Grand Theft Auto as well.
haven't we
Taking
all?
the plane.
Well, they asked him, they're
Haven't
like,
we
do you know how
all?
to fly this thing? He goes, well, I've had some simulators and some video games, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Yep.
Well, planes fly themselves now.
Now, he
That's
had
a-
it, he had
pretty
it
much.
off.
Pretty much.
That's what was crazy. He was doing some maneuvers.
Let it rip.
So for more on that, absolutely subscribe to our premium content on Patreon for just $5 a month. Save yourself a damn Big Mac for the month. You don't need the calories.
You think a Big Mac's $5? Try 9. Play
yeah,
it.
it's more.
What is
When's the
happening?
Okay,
last
Big
time
Mac
that-
meal, just a sandwich. Or am I still
Just
wrong?
the sandwich, probably $6.80.
Shit.
It was my birthday last week. My birthday is also 420.
Wait.
What?
Hold on.
Yes.
You
Hold
were
on.
literally born for this.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty cool.
You weren't ready for that, were you, Josh?
No, it wasn't. I got a free,
Happy birthday.
I got a free reward from I got a reward from McDonald's, and the reward was instead of $7 for a Big Mac, you're gonna pay $6.50 for a Big Mac.
Oh,
up.
it's $7
Not
for a
even
Big
free?
Mac. Just a
I'm
sandwich.
just kidding. It was- it was
Okay.
free, but
Good one.
the joke
I was
landed
gonna say.
either way.
Oh,
job.
every
Wait,
time
I'll
I
give
open
you
that
that.
app, they're like, tell us your birthday. We'll give you free food. I go, nope. You don't need my birthday.
Don't want the government
Yeah.
following you.
I don't know why, but
Go to
I
the
don't,
gas
Right.
station
I
and
don't
buy
want
it.
it. One day I'm going to go in there. It's today. It's today.
I
Just
swear
give it
it's
to me.
right
Give me the
now.
burger.
And then
Yep.
they don't believe you. They're like, we need
Oh,
to.
you got to
Send
wait.
in a picture
you got
of
to
your
wait a year
ID.
before you
Yeah.
can get the rewards. So
Exactly.
next year, buddy.
He's worried about McDonald's tracking him, yet he goes to the gas station to buy Zins and just hands his ID over. So, like, what are we doing?
You got you pegged.
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Anyway, if anyone is wondering why Starbucks over the gas station in the space of weed and music, all you got to do is check out the website flipsidemn.com, and you'll see how beautiful the store looks and how unique it is. That's awesome. You can just go and listen to a record, go in stoned if you want to listen to some sweet
At a
music.
manageable level, though.
At a mansion.
We
I
want you to
imagine
know
there's
where you are.
headphones.
We want you to know where you are because you're going to want to remember this.
I have never had somebody come in who wasn't at a manageable level. I
Oh,
think
perfect.
stoners know stoners.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep. They just sit in the
what?
car for another
Worst
10
comes
minutes.
to worst, they fall asleep.
yeah. What do you,
You know?
Hey, it's
That's
some
great.
of Georgie's happiest moments of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Worst comes to worst, they try to tell you about their favorite hijacker
Yeah.
and have to be like, who?
Fucking stoners,
He
dude.
asked who everyone's favorite
tell
dictator
ya.
was last week.
Well, you idiots answered.
Yeah, he got us with that
You
one.
said we had to pick.
He got us with that one. Anyway, Josh, congrats. That's awesome. And I can't wait to check out the store.
Yes.
Seriously.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Should we do a little
Break. Oh, yeah.
it's draft time. Oh, Sody, there's no breaks anymore.
What?
We don't break.
Seriously?
We don't
Seriously.
break.
Where do we put our commercials?
Wherever
fits 'em
we
in.
want. Fit them right in. Again. It's here. It's finally here. Oh my God, it's here. Josh, as knowledgeable as he is about weed, is, I have to imagine, equally as knowledgeable about the NFL because we've been in the same fantasy football league for damn near 20 years at this point.
Yeah, a long time.
How long, actually?
I think I'm 34.
31.
I would say 12.
No,
to
it's more.
14,
No,
12
it's
to
more.
15, somewhere in that
It's been a long time.
decade and
I've
a
been
half.
bad at
I'm pretty
fantasy
sure it was
for a
before I could
very,
drive.
very
So
long
it's
time.
probably 15. It's at least 15.
I've been in this car with my dad not driving for at least 10, I feel
Debt,
like.
taxes, and Sody being bad at fantasy football.
Exactly.
The
Always.
three things
Yes.
in my life.
Yep.
You're never gonna have a rookie though. Not anymore. Not the young guns are back, baby.
Yeah, that's his shtick. He
Dude,
drafts all rookies.
I better be in this league.
I'm not kidding, Josh. It'll be like, hey, Cal, if you're listening,
Percy Harvin.
it'll be good for our league. For trades alone, everyone's going to be getting trade requests constantly.
Oh, great.
And they're not bad.
That's what
No.
everybody says about
No,
their trade
they're not bad.
offers. That's what I say about my trade offers, and they're all terrible. I know that. But I tell everybody, I'll text you and be like,
You're like,
this,
I would take
this
this.
is the
I would do
best
this.
deal you've ever seen.
sends
in
me
your
my
life."
dad's
see
one a
this
week.
again.
Need this. We
This
each
trade is
need
on
this.
the table for 5 minutes. It's so good.
Well, you know my motto
And
in
then
our
you
other
reject
league
it, and I'm
is
like, that was a terrible trade
Yeah,
offer.
terrible move.
I always tell everyone, I'm like, you wouldn't want to make your team worse or my team better. So no, I'm not trading. I'm like, you guys, you have nobody to play. I've got
So
one
it's-
wide receiver.
I don't want to hear
six-
it. It's the worst motto of all time. In the 15 years we just talked about, is he's never made a damn trade. Ever.
Yeah.
And always bottom 3 in transactions.
Why'd I draft him if I want
What's
to get rid
worse, Sodi refuses to do any trade ever, or one of our friends says every movie before Pulp Fiction is bad.
of him? Who said that?
My friend Joe.
Every
Really?
Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino movie before?
No,
Pulp-
just
every
every
movie
movie.
before Pulp Fiction is bad.
Really?
in history.
Yeah, Star Wars, bad.
That
What?
does- well, that just
What?
doesn't make sense.
That's his take.
Shawshank.
Really?
Was that before?
Shawshank was before.
Has to be.
Maybe.
Before
So
Pulp
what's
Fiction.
what's the worst one? He won't make any fantasy football trades, or
No, Joey.
movie one.
No, Joey Dresch. That's stupid.
Yeah, I'm going to make a trade this year
Stupid.
just so we can focus on what Joe said.
Yeah, that's bad.
I agree. That's why he moved to Denver. He was embarrassed.
Is that just his favorite movie?
I have no idea. Honest, I never asked him.
He's probably like, it sucks.
You're just like, this is a
Obviously.
terrible take.
He
I'm
told
done.
me it, and my brain exploded.
You're
I
like,
was
we
what in
can't
the
continue
world?
this
He
conversation.
has stuck to it all these years.
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
he hasn't
I
actually.
don't get
Maybe
it.
he's changed.
I don't
Maybe
get
it's a
it.
bit.
I think we should call him. One week.
figure
We'll
it
call
out.
him and ask him.
Ask
will
him,
have- we will have to figure
Live
that out.
on air.
Do you have a Rushmore of movies made before Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
No, they're all trash.
NFL draft.
Are we doing
Finally
a
here.
mock? Are we doing a mock like first 10?
Dakota, whip it out. Let's go.
You just want on the
I
table?
want to see it. Whip it out. Let's go.
How do I eat pretzels?
No,
silently?
we did this for fun at work the other day.
Oh, so glad I was involved.
Yep. Thanks for being there.
like a draft roundtable.
Yeah, PFF. Do a little mock drafting.
What do you want to do? You want to draft everybody first round? You want to be in control of everybody?
Yep. No, we will be the teams.
That could be fun. Well, that's what he's saying. Like we
Yeah.
we choose every pick.
Okay,
for
so
the
who
teams.
does Chicago take?
Well, that's where we got to do rock, paper, scissors. So,
I mean, wouldn't you just like take the phone and just like do a
oh yeah, probably that.
clockwise? That's probably the easiest, most efficient.
Or do we just be the Vikes?
No, we'll do everybody because that's what
I
affects
think
the
I think
Vikes.
you got to just be the Vikes because you're gonna have this.
It's gonna get weird.
Well, and you're gonna have a bias to take guys so that the Vikes could get other guys. Just inherent bias. You're just gonna
No,
have an
yeah,
inherent
He's
bias,
very
right?
right. We're just gonna be
You
the
gotta
Vikes.
let the
Hey everyone, it's Sodi with the Second Office here to talk to you about our friends from Suite Experience, a really fun, awesome new destination. Goldeneye is a world-class property located on 52 acres, bordering a breathtaking private white sand beach. Rich in history and celebrity status, it was at this property that the character James Bond 007 was created and the novels were written. The intimate hotel offers a full-service spa, 2 restaurants and bars, and complimentary Wi-Fi. Each freestanding hut or cottage promotes indoor and outdoor living with upscale amenities, a private veranda, and relaxing views of the cove or mountains. Plus, non-motorized water sports, bicycles, tennis, and 3 freshwater pools provide a vast array of activities for the outdoor enthusiast. Reserve your 1-bedroom beach hut paired with non-stop Delta flights and private transfers on your next visit to Jamaica with Kay at Suite Experience. Again, that's Kay at SuiteExperience.com.
AI do the other teams.
So my
Well,
first question to you
We're
guys
not going to be
is,
just the Vikes, but
and the Packers. Can you choose the teams?
yeah, I could choose 2 teams.
Nice. Let's get
Doc's
the Packers
Packers
a
fan.
punter
Doc's
in
Packers
the
fan.
First round.
Packers fan.
You just want
Wait.
to do first round?
Can I be
Let's just do first round.
the Houston Texans?
You got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. No, let them be the tech. They don't pick in the first round.
And they got everybody they need.
Okay, so
I'm going defense, baby.
that's great.
Solidify the wall.
That's great. You're not gonna-
Oh, boy.
Okay. Well, so before we start, so my question will be to you guys,
Ooh, Detroit.
as the Vikings front office, do we trade up?
Absolutely.
Yep. So
We
that's
are
the,
poised,
that's the
loaded,
first question.
ready to go.
Yeah.
It's Quessy's job. He knows it.
Okay. Because I'm at the point now where I don't necessarily want to.
What?
Whoa.
I don't know if it's too many rumors flying
Oh
where
my
everybody's
God.
trying to move up and it's going to cost an arm and a leg.
Is it Penix? You want to wait for Penix at 11, don't you?
Yeah,
God dang.
I fucking do.
Why did you give up on everybody else?
I didn't
What about
necessarily.
Drake May, J.J. McCarthy?
How many times have I said, no matter who we decide is our guy, I'm
Yeah.
unzipping the pants and I'm on board?
Yeah. I don't think you have to wait. You
I've
can
just-
wait till 23
I just
for
don't like him
Penix.
putting that out there.
I have heard.
Not
I have heard
not
from too
what
many
I heard
people.
today, but
I have heard from
Really?
too many
Yeah.
people. What did you hear?
I mean, as I was driving here,
Oh.
so I left the office at 7.
Breaking. We break news.
That there's like steam that Penix is going to go in the top 10.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but not to us.
I have heard
Can
from
we-
too many
Us.
people.
Can we rewind to last year? Who was going to be picked number 2 overall?
Will Levis.
Yeah. What round did he get drafted in?
I
Second.
think these
That's a good point.
quarterbacks are different.
I think
sure,
so,
but
too.
they're not going to be there's never in the history of the NFL draft.
Will Levis was not the consensus, too, on draft day.
No, for
Has-
a little while he was.
Yes,
like
he
it
was.
Not
like,
on
they-
draft day.
there were odds.
Not on draft day.
Maybe not.
You realize every time the draft starts how much bullshit
Shit
there was
changes.
from agents
That's
and
what it-
teams
yeah, that's
for
what
like
it- yeah.
months leading up to the draft.
There's
but
n-
I do think these 5 quarterbacks before Bo Nix are definitely all top 20 picks.
My point is, I have heard from too many people that Penix is clearly the best pure passer, and if not for injuries, he's a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
I've heard that from too many people at this point. And I watched the highlights, and at the flick of the wrist, he's got the prettiest deep ball. He's mobile in the pocket. He's
Josh,
got great pocket awareness.
Who's the best quarterback in the draft?
I mean, Caleb Williams is the
It's
best
Caleb
quarterback.
Williams.
Who's the second?
I'm a Jaden Daniels guy.
And
I
third?
think he has the highest ceiling.
Is
I
it
think
Penix?
I think Daniels may take a little while to get going, but he clearly has the highest non-Caleb Williams ceiling of any of these other
Yeah.
guys, which is, a
What
big
you're looking
thing.
for.
Agreed.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy is probably the
Third? Over
I-
Drake May?
I think he's third just because he's insertable onto a team pretty much immediately. He ran a pro style offense. Like, I don't know if he has the highest ceiling, but he can start probably right away
Yeah.
versus Drake May. Drake May was a one read quarterback. The last guy that came out of North Carolina was Mitch Trubisky. And tell me that what people are saying about Drake May isn't almost exactly what they were saying about Mitch Trubisky.
Damn it, don't
It
say that.
freaks me out a
Don't
little
say
bit.
that.
I'll never forget the Bears GM at the time saying, we got the consensus best quarterback at number 2. And that's not easy. And then everyone fucking applauds and shit like that. But yes, you're correct.
There was a decent other quarterback in that draft that came out, I guess.
Mr.
He's won a couple Super Bowls.
Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
He panned out.
So
So you
anyway,
think
Anyways.
Caleb Williams is going to be him?
yeah, I mean, you just have to look at there's these guys that you just watch. I watch these USC games, even though I'm not a USC fan, and you just watch him, and you're like, my goodness, he just makes any throw that you can imagine.
Just,
hit
special.
I think there's this thing with guys who
On the run.
feel the pocket better than anybody.
Yeah.
There's guys that can't feel any rusher, like Zach Wilson's of the
Mm.
world, where even at BYU, he never was able to feel pressure. Caleb Williams has that weird, sixth sense where if a
You
guy,
can't measure awareness.
and he just is able to move in the pocket,
Yeah.
which is and then make whatever throw he wants.
I see
whether
it.
it's
I see it
across
with
his
Penix
body,
too, and I see it with Penix too. At least in the 4-minute highlight video I watched.
Yeah.
So does that scare you guys? Like what the Bears are doing?
yes.
No.
The
Ye-
Bears look good. And this is what scares me
Yeah.
most about the
I-
Bears
yeah.
is they're going to get an indoor stadium that just got announced today, as long as the taxpayers pony up a quick $2 billion. But
That's all.
that's
We're still
all.
paying
Simple.
our tab off.
Easy as
Yeah.
pie.
That's all.
They're going to get a dome. The downfall of the Bears for decades has been their quarterbacks have been terrible because they play in the worst wind in the worst stadium in the country for 8 games a year. And now they're going to get a dome. Let Caleb Williams sling it on turf for 8 games a year.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
That will help.
I think it's a lot about the structure too. The Bears clearly know that they made mistakes previously with their first round quarterbacks. So they said, look, we're not going to make the same mistake again. We're going to bring in an offensive coordinator that can work with a quarterback.
And also
Caleb.
weapons.
Weapons for Caleb. They already have a good offensive line. They have a better defense than they had a few years ago. They had money to spend and more draft picks. So I'm pretty I mean, it's still the Bears.
That's
So,
not. That's not just a
Let's-
question for
let's
us,
prove
Doc.
it,
Are you
but-
worried as a Packers fan?
Still owned by, Poles is still running it.
Exactly.
He'll find a way to screw
Well,
it
yeah.
up.
So here's, I just don't know. I have a feeling Caleb Williams will get eaten up by the NFL. I don't know if he can be a quarterback in an NFL locker room.
Think he's soft mentally.
Or because of the news that's come out, the public image.
Well, okay, so I'm not going to dive into the whole big
But do you think
there's too much
that'll
of
affect
this.
the locker room?
I don't know if he can be a leader in the locker room.
Sure.
He was a leader at USC.
But was
I just
he?
don't think. I mean, this like
I don't follow
I
close
don't-
enough. I'm
there
not sure.
has been a change in the way that locker rooms and the way that like these players are like moving into the league now. These 21, 22-year-olds have much less of that like alpha male stuff
Well,
that
right.
they had before.
It's a job.
Like,
It's a job.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
but-
know what I mean.
But they're still. So we're not there yet. I think eventually, right? I think it wouldn't matter. Maybe 5 more years or 10 more years because that's that generation. I still think there's that gap that has to be bridged. And I don't know if he can
I
do
think
it.
Between the
I
vets?
think superstars like are superstars, and I think he's a superstar.
Mhm.
That's
It'd be
that's just
interesting.
my
I
take.
really hope not.
It'd be interesting.
I hope not as well. Like,
Really
I
hope
hope
not.
he flames out and like is out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah,
'Cause that's the
right,
best
because-
thing
yeah.
for us.
Wouldn't that be
but, like,
great?
Yeah.
ultimately, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think he's really good. But
Son
we're
of a
about to
gun.
find out, aren't we?
Oh man, I take him first in Superflex now.
Let's do this damn. Were you just convinced? We're in a
No.
dynasty league at work, Josh, and he's got
No,
some picks.
I'm not taking him.
So I think the thing about Caleb Williams in Superflex, this is just a quick aside, is he is going to need to score points because the Packers have a good offense, the Lions have a good offense, and hopefully the Vikings have a good offense. And that's 6
Fingers
games a year.
crossed.
So he's going to have to sling it a little bit.
Yeah. Shoot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not passing on
it won't
Marvin
be.
Harrison.
Sounds like a good
It
player
won't
on the
be
Young Guns.
options and 3 yard outs, and then a middle of the field overthrow interception like with Fields.
Somebody has him in 2.0 already because we did that
Farm
that
system?
farm system thing.
We voted on that again?
No, it's done now.
It happened.
but
We did it.
happened already.
So how does
You
that
picked
change
someone.
if you guys expand to 2 more teams?
So those players will just be ineligible for the 2 new teams this year.
That's terrible.
Dad's team is new.
You're not missing out
Mine
on
were-
much.
yeah.
I mean, I have Brock Bowers, but you can only so it's a keeper league, so you can only keep your rookie draft, your farm draft guy, or a guy on your team last year.
Right.
So I either get to choose Brock Bowers for $1 or
Yeah.
a guy from my team. So a bunch of these rookies are going to be available, so it's not going to matter.
Who did I keep?
Yeah, but like so these quarterbacks.
I got a quarterback.
You're
they're
not
gonna
getting
be
Marvin
kept.
Harrison.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to keep Marvin Harrison because I
Okay.
told him to take him.
Caleb Williams is
Well,
gonna,
I would have taken him.
Caleb's going to be available.
You think
Whoever,
so?
whoever drafted Caleb's going to throw him back. I'm pretty sure.
I would assume so.
I'm probably throwing back Brock Bowers because I have Anthony Richardson on my team, and I have an unhealthy infatuation with him. So
We can say healthy. I had him in our other cheap league.
those
and
3 games were electric.
they sure
Yes,
were.
they
man.
were.
They
Yep.
sure
Like,
were.
That was
dude.
fun.
Oh, no.
So fun.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna win a league this year. Then he shredded his shoulder. I'm like, this is the worst day of my life.
All right. So you
I
guys.
won,
are-
I won both leagues. Josh, how many 2.0 championships?
zero.
You have? You still have
Before
0
I just have
actually?
0.
I was not trying to say
I have-
that to make you say 0.
I have 3 second place finishes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You won this year, right?
I got 2 I have 2 championships
Yeah, your team was.
and 1 second place.
You forgot the strategy, low, right?
What do you mean?
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know.
Okay, great.
It's a PPR league. Oh no, we
Yeah.
actually moved to point
Yeah.
per first down.
Yeah.
And half point.
I'm
per
excited for
reception.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's auction, right? The draft's
It is
auction. Yeah.
yeah.
So you don't remember the draft strategy?
His
Oh,
draft
no,
strategy
no.
every year is to spend $85 on Justin Jefferson.
No,
Well, it was
we spent a good amount of time.
It was Adrian Peterson, and then last year it was Justin Jefferson. But I didn't.
You
My
didn't
dad
get
had
Justin.
Justin Jefferson
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, that's
we
right.
we probably spent 2 hours in my office.
Yeah, you get your blue chips, and then you hit on some cheap ones, and I fucking hit.
You get your blue chip wideouts because it was a full
Yeah.
PPR. That
Exactly.
was what I was trying to get rid of with this new scoring system. Was wideouts were way too heavily.
I could
favored
not
in a full
believe-
PPR. I hated it.
I could not believe you fuckers let me get Amon Ra for $40.
I can't.
Couldn't believe it.
Cal probably had $118 when you were bidding on Amon Ra.
Guaranteed he did.
I probably had $185.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Cal, absolutely he did. Let's do this draft.
You guys trade up or no?
I don't want to.
Yes.
It depends on what I'm giving up. So that's my breaking point. So if
Exactly.
I would like to keep. I'm not trading up to 3 to get Drake May and giving up this year's first and the 23rd pick and next year's first and a 3rd round next year. I'm not
Agreed.
doing it.
So you
Okay,
guys
no
aren't trading.
trade.
Agreed.
Let's do it. No trade.
All right,
I
no
like it.
trading.
See what happens at 11.
Start
Cool.
draft.
See who's
At
available.
11, you guys have
Who can we pick from? Josh, take it away.
I think you take Brock Bowers. All the quarterbacks are gone.
Wow.
Another tight end?
You have-
We have the best third tight end in the league,
I don't think
Josh.
it
That's why
matters.
that's why this doesn't happen. The Vikings don't leave the first round without a quarterback.
Hold up. So
you take superstar.
so
you still have the 23rd
hold on.
overall pick in this scenario.
Penix is
so
taken.
this is what
Penix gone.
No, this is what happens.
Is
so
Penix
in
gone?
this mock draft, Caleb Williams at first, Jaden Daniels at 2, JJ McCarthy at 3, Marvin Harrison at 4, Rome at 5, Drake May at 6, Malik Neighbors at 7, Dallas Turner 8, and then
Was
2
there any
tackles,
trades?
9 and 10.
So you could take Penix
Yeah,
here.
we get Penix. I want Penix. Get your guy. Don't
Yep.
wait. Get your
Yeah.
fucking guy.
Yep.
That's fine.
I would be
That's
happy.
fine. That's hilarious.
I would be happy.
Whoa, not Bo Nix?
You guys are okay. Whatever. You take Penix at
Such a Packers fan.
All right. You're,
All
at,
Vikings fans. So stupid.
you're at 23. I know.
Give me this thing. What happened?
Hijacked. Packers fan.
What do you mean?
Where's
What happened?
Show me the draft results.
Okay, you just got to hit a button, dude. No, man, you got.
So who's available at
Get
23?
your
then?
hands
Yes.
Before
away.
he takes the phone again.
Yes. Who is available at 2-3?
At 23, I already know what you guys should do.
Well, I don't
it's
know
Cooper-
who's going. That's the
it's
thing.
Cooper
Is there
DeJong.
a run of wideouts? I don't know who just went. Are wideouts just leaving fast?
You
We
wanna-
don't need a first round wideout,
You're
Sody.
not, you're not taking
We
your
didn't need
third
Addison.
wideout in the first round. Like he will be whoever we draft is our third wideout. We're not taking. You're not taking your third wideout.
Who's the best D tackle? We need one of them.
Yeah.
And an O line.
Agreed.
7 of them.
Trenches.
All right, Cooper DeJong, cornerback.
Ooh, yeah. Done. Love that guy. He's the next Harrison. He is. He's Harrison Smith and a cornerback. Get after him.
All right.
Should I?
Is that what you guys
Who
are?
else is available? Let's take a peek.
Should I skull?
Can I see?
You can see.
Should I skull right now?
Cooper DeJong. Oh, my God. You know who this is, right?
Do you want me to skull? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
No trench
That's probably
guys.
who I would
No
take.
trench guys.
I mean, you do have like Jarzon Newton is available, but I think the Vikes do need safety help pretty bad.
And he's a corner
He's
safety
corner.
hybrid.
Oh, he's both.
He does it all, man. He's just a hawk.
Lock it up.
Cooper DeJong.
Although
Lock it up.
Sodi's enthusiasm is making me a little nervous.
Why?
You
Which
gotta
is
wonder.
great. And then the Packers will take Amarius Mims tackle
I'm
and shore up
enthusiastic
the
about all of them.
line.
They're all rookies. They're all going to be great. They're all young
And
guns,
for
man.
the Packers, I will.
I just think I do think if it came down to it, I think I would rather have Penix and a corner than giving up your entire next 2 seasons.
Yeah,
for-
right.
Your Michael Penix Jr. pick earned you a grade of D+.
Yeah. What is PFF
That's
now?
what they know or think. Yeah.
Would you guys be upset with Penix at 11? Because
Yeah.
at this point I would not. Maybe it's this hype that's pushing up the boards. I'm saying don't wait for him because we have the Raiders behind us who could grab him if they believe in him that much. Right?
I don't know. I think
No.
Why?
I listen to too many draft podcasts and too many draft articles. My brain is just a. It's just
Yeah.
a
Don't
mess.
you don't know which way's up at this point.
Yeah,
either.
Guys,
I'm
it's
like-
we only
not
got a few more
happening.
hours.
I'm
It's
sticking
not
with what I
happening.
Do
said.
you
from
promise
the beginning.
that? Can
Yes.
you promise me that?
We move up to
Yes.
get Drake May.
There's no way.
He's going 11. You don't think
There's
he's going
no way
before
there's
23?
5 quarterbacks going in the top 10.
I don't think Kwesi gives up all 3 firsts to get
I don't
Drake
think
May.
you
I
trade.
don't think so either. He likes trading back too much as it is.
I do think that he would give up something to move up maybe like 2 or 3 spots to get JJ McCarthy. I think that would.
You think
make
it'd be for
sense.
JJ?
JJ's going 3.
That could happen
No,
too.
I don't think so.
Oh, I just can't wait, you guys.
JJ, I think, is more like pro ready.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's a guy
But
you can plug in day one
my
and trust
concern
him.
with JJ is a similar to Kirk Cousins situation where he's good and his ceiling is high, but is it high enough to win you a Super Bowl? And that's what matters. That's what matters.
Very true.
And I'm not
Yes,
sure
it is.
JJ.
Well, according to
Yes.
Harbaugh, he's just a winner.
Because if Brock Purdy can get there, so can JJ
he's
McCarthy.
just a winner with the best roster
Why
in
is
college football. And he didn't have to
I know.
throw.
I'm with
you.
you.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I know. I'm
that's
with
my
you.
concern with JJ. I think if the Vikes draft JJ and they plug him in, this team is like an automatic 10-7, like good playoff team.
Yeah.
Man,
Are
really?
Are they a Super Bowl contender 2-3 years from now with him? I just don't know.
Kind of like a Derek Carr, who rookie year is putting on, and everyone's like, "Whoa, quarterback of the future!" And then
I think
you're flatline.
I think he's going to be better.
You know
than
what I
Derek Carr.
Well,
I
let's
could see-
freaking
I could-
hope.
I could
If
see
he's
that
on our
too.
team, that'd be great.
but as in Derek Carr comes in as a rookie,
It's going to be funny to
and
say,
everyone's
but I
like,
think
"Whoa,
JJ
this guy's
McCarthy's
great,"
Kirk
but he never gets any better.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
think he's Kirk.
he's Kirk Cousins. I think like there's a ceiling on how good he is ultimately.
Well, I love Kirk. So if that's the case, yes, please, Sody. Absolutely.
But I just think at this point in time, the draft just needs to happen because the draft talk is fun for a while, but now I've just had
I'm-
so
yeah,
much of it. I'm just ready for it to be done.
I'm just blue ball.
I don't want to talk about
to the
Vikings
max.
quarterbacks anymore. Or hypothetical
I just
Vikings
wanna know
quarterbacks.
who's ours
right,
is.
exactly. I
So
just
I
want
can
to
start
know.
praying for him.
Or I want to be either really happy or really mad. I'm ready for either option.
So let me ask you this: what makes you really happy at draft day?
I don't know anymore, honestly.
What makes you really mad?
I think what makes me really happy is probably McCarthy falling to us at 11.
What about,
That's like
what
best
about
case
Bo
scenario.
Nix at 9? We move up 2 spots for
no
Bobo.
way.
That's
He's
all
20
that's
he's
left.
like 29.
Yeah.
So old.
He's that
Sam-
old?
so
Is he
Sam
actually?
Darnold?
I think he's 25.
Like Brandon Whedon?
And I think
Remember him?
I think Penix is
my
also
God.
25, and that's a
Penix
that's a
is older.
concern as well.
Jaden Daniels is.
Is he 25 too? I, thought
I think he's 20.
23.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
John
not
David
quite
Booty
that
looked
old, but-
40 when we got him.
He
was tired already. He
I
had
don't know if he's our
He
quarterback.
had
is
6
he-
kids already. He's
Right.
like,
But if he's our quarterback for a decade, does him being 25 matter?
no. I mean, it
You
doesn't.
know.
But there is like a pressure to be good right away if you're 25.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Where a 23-year-old, you're like, all right, he has a little bit of time, but at 25, you got to be good like immediately. There's no time to waste
Just glad I
because
don't
you're
have to worry about
25.
this.
I'm not sold on Jordan Love, so
Really?
Same.
yeah,
Same.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm really not.
No, I'm sold on Matt LaFleur.
Who's got a higher ceiling, J.J. McCarthy or Jordan Love?
ceiling? Jordan Love.
Yeah,
How-
Love has a better
How
arm.
are you?
Go ahead, Doc.
What?
Go ahead.
Hey,
Floor
they
is
just said
yours.
your guy was good. You should be happy.
Yeah,
Floor is yours.
I think
Would you like some of the wonderful candies Josh brought us?
I think
That calm
LaFleur
you
is
down?
like a top 3 coach in football. He's excellent.
Yes,
He's
I
so
agree.
good.
I totally
One of
agree.
the best offensive
Yes.
minds.
He's good.
Love LaFleur.
You can't deny that.
I think that defenses can figure
Look
out
at him
Jordan
go.
Love.
Jordan Love has made a few plays where I'm just like, fuck, that's amazing. But otherwise, 90% of the time,
He'll
I'm just.
sky a guy, and I'm like, oh,
Right,
God,
exactly.
this guy sucks.
Yep, I know. It's all it takes for me to be like, see, I'm right.
I see one Packers quarterback throw a pick. I'm like, this guy, he belongs in the XFL.
It's
This
so
guy's
true.
awful.
It's so true.
Are you formulating some giant rant? Your legs twitching.
I'm good.
You seem excited.
Doc, what did the Packers do in the draft?
Are you from Wisconsin?
No.
You're from Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Here's a big Brett Favre guy.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
He's a
right.
Missouri.
That's
Yeah.
How's
exactly
that
right.
going for you?
That's exactly
Well,
right.
you know, we don't talk about field issues.
Better than the volleyball
Yeah,
program.
my favorite player is Adrian Peterson. Come
I
on.
mean, you know, role models, right?
Exactly.
My favorite player is Randy Moss, and me and him have a kinship with cannabis. So that's what he got.
I thought you were going to
busted
say
for.
being picky about food.
Oh, I do have that same kinship with him. So.
Feed
Don't
this
we
to
all?
the dogs.
God,
I forgot that.
Is he,
good one.
is he
Yeah.
like not a vegetable guy either? Because I don't eat any fruits or vegetables.
What?
That's like
You don't actually?
0, none.
Do you take
Wow.
vitamins?
Mm-mm.
What?
How are you alive?
I get my greens.
Yeah, you do.
Different way.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, look at that. Another Nas Reed shirt sold.
So wait, like you ever had a salad?
Buy your
in the
Nas
last 10
Reed.
years?
Buy your
I
playoff shirts
have.
now.
So
Second off a
I don't-
shop.
My thing with vegetables is not the taste; it's the texture.
Yeah.
So I don't eat any vegetables because I just hate the texture, and some of the taste.
Yeah,
But I have had some Caesar salads, but I do this really weird thing with Caesar salads where I throw away the crunchy pieces and I eat the ones that are like a little bit
Soft.
Soggy.
soft and soggy. Yeah. 'Cause
What's
I,
the most pleasing
I pick
texture
my
food
salad
for
bites.
you?
what's the most pleasing
Mac
texture
and cheese?
food? Probably mac and cheese.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just something
You guys
about
just
mac and
instantly
cheese
on the
that's
same page there. That was crazy.
Oh, I just thought of what's the most. I'm
it's
staring at.
easily like the best texture, right? There's
Yep.
nothing better than pasta.
It's liquid
texture-wise.
gold.
It
Before
is
we move
delicious.
on, Doc, what do you want the Packers to do?
Best case scenario would be Cooper falls to them.
You want Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay.
because he's
Um,
good.
Packers pick where?
26 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, because they're good. Second, back half of the draft.
That's what you get.
You guys get there eventually, maybe one day.
I hope so. I really do.
No, so I think, you know, he's best case scenario. Other than that, I want nice offensive linemen.
Why do you want him to be
Trenches.
Did Bakhtiari
Trenches.
retire?
I want my old lineman to
Oh,
be
we cut
mean,
him.
not nice.
Oh, you caught him.
Save $22 million.
You know, that's what I don't do on my fantasy team. If I have a veteran who's proved himself, even though he's like out for the season, I keep him on the bench out of respect.
You've
Packers
done
would
that.
never
You've
understand
totally
that.
done that.
No,
You don't
man,
cut
dude.
Bakhtiari.
We're completely different.
I agree with that.
Anytime I do a Madden franchise, someone's in the last year of their contract, I'm trading them. You want too much money, you're gone.
No way.
No
No,
loyalty.
he's
He's setting
ruthless.
the
He's a
vibes
numbers
and
guy.
the-
He's fucking ruthless.
No loyalty. That's
Nope.
what wins championships.
He's right.
It's a business.
That's right.
Business is business.
I'm here to win trophies
Speaking
and
of
make money.
business, you guys think JJ's staying, right?
Yeah.
They'll announce the contract, I think, the day we find out what quarterback we have, or the day after. Think of the media day. He comes in, young kid. JJ's there signing a big new deal.
I keep hearing
too.
August.
I would say
keep
that
hearing August.
the Amaran contract today didn't hurt, but also didn't help him much. Like the numbers.
What did Amon-Ra get?
He got like 4 years, 120 some odd million, but it's 66 million roughly over 3 years. So it's a good a good deal, but it's not like a great deal. So for him, I mean, it didn't hurt obviously, but it didn't like help him in a crazy way. So I'm not really sure what the holdup is. But I would like them to get it done so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yep. I want to see the media day when our quarterback is signing and Justin is too, and I go.
And this is the moment, right? The team's going to have like 150 million in cap space next year, so you can backload that contract.
Yes.
Like you
Big
can make
time.
his cap $0 this year, and then load it up next year because you're going to have to sign Christian too.
Oh yeah.
Like there's guys coming available
Darrisaw?
for contracts.
Yep.
How shocked are you guys if draft day comes and he's traded to the Patriots for the 3rd pick?
JJ.
Yeah.
Won't happen.
You would have to get the 3rd pick and a future first for him.
No,
He's a
I think you
legitimate
give. I
blue
think
chip.
you give up JJ and next year's first to move up to 3rd.
Oh my God.
JJ and a first for number 3
We
for
would not
unproven.
give up JJ's
I
first.
almost.
Okay, no.
I don't do that.
And here's
I
why.
don't
My
think you
quick
have
pitch.
to do
Of course,
that
you guys
anyway.
don't want to.
My
But
quick pitch.
I
The
don't think
Vikings
Quessy
right
does that.
now, I think when they took Addison last year, they knew they were going to have to make a decision on Kirk. And if that didn't happen, they knew there were quarterbacks coming in the draft they could move up to get. What they did is created 2 great wide receivers. And they worked on the O-line. Obviously, we signed, I can't remember the big dude that did great. Reisner. But we brought people in.
Did we get him
Mid-season?
back? Did we get him back?
No,
he's not
but
on
I'm
the
saying whatever last year. But we
Okay,
tried
last
to
year.
solidify the O-line. Obviously, that suffered. But what we created is we can go after a quarterback, put him in there, keep him safe as long as we can, but he's going to have guys that will get open. I honestly believe we will move up
Yeah,
for McCarthy
the team is not trading JJ.
or May. Yep, and they're
They're
going to
not.
solidify Justin out there because whatever quarterback we draft, I think they truly believe the success of that quarterback heavily favors on having Justin on the field.
The Chiefs got a late 20s first round pick for 28-year-old Tyreek Hill. Justin Jefferson is better than
Yes.
him and 24.
Yeah.
You're not giving up another first round
Nope.
pick, whether
Exactly.
it's 3 or not.
No,
It's not gonna
they would
happen.
have to sell the farm to get Justin.
And the Patriots aren't going to do that either. They
Nope.
don't have a quarterback for him. So
Right. Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Where we have the tools in place, all we're missing is the thrower.
And
that's what
also,
we'll do.
If the Vikes, if the Patriots were open, the Vikes could just give them an extra first round pick. You don't have to give up JJ. They could give up 11, 23
But that's
next
it.
year's first.
That's if the
Exactly.
Vikings don't want to sign him.
They want to sign.
Yeah,
him.
they
You-
do.
You don't let
I feel
blue
like they
chip guys
want.
go.
Yeah, you
This-
don't.
this
the
team-
superstars you draft as a franchise,
You guys
can't
are
let them
talking
go.
about the Vikings,
You can't
though.
let them go.
The Chirps have been
does that mean?
He's already they've
One of
already
the most
worked out
winningest
the
franchises
contract.
there are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of
man.
the best winning percentages in the regular
Oh.
season in league history.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Congrats. How many rings?
Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares about those?
Ours
not-
is-
not
ours
the
is gonna
point we
taste
were
better
making.
We
than
have the
anyone
best.
yours.
We have
Not the point we were
have
making.
the greatest first 18 weeks of the season,
You
and then
tried,
who
hey,
cares?
you tried to say we sucked,
in it here.
and statistically, we do not.
The
Did you
Vikes
hear-
are in it for the love of the game.
Do you hear we won't have there won't be any Packers fans at Viking home games next year? Vikings are going meat and dairy free in their stadium next season. Just to show you guys how much we hate you. Get your cheese out of here.
You know what's
Your
funny?
damn cheese. I think Minnesota loves cheese a little too much for that.
What
to
do you
happen,
think about that though? You won't be able to get a hot dog at US Bank Stadium
I'd
next
burn
year.
Is
that
this
pl-
true?
Look it up.
I'd burn that place down.
US Bank Stadium
Yeah,
goes
that's
vegan
not
and
gonna
dairy
be
free
well.
next
No.
season.
No glizzies, no meat.
100%.
Look it up.
I
This
don't
could be
belie-
one of those
I don't
things where it
believe you.
sounded cool.
I don't believe you.
Sounded like they might do it.
I don't believe you.
I
Find
have
out.
Viking season tickets, and if they would have had to send me a note.
Why?
Before
right.
renewal.
You're like-
Why?
To be
It's
like,
not a
all
food
right.
sensitivity. It's for everyone. They would have to notify you if they were adding more nuts.
Season tickets returned.
I would cancel it.
Yeah.
Would you? Be prepared. Make that call.
If they
George,
gave
what do they
up
say?
hot dogs,
Get the fuck out.
What did they say?
it's a fake Twitter account.
It's
Yeah.
It says false.
false.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Fucking, yeah,
NFC
you're wrong, dude.
At
Fucking
NFC
wrong.
North News with 2 S's.
I always
Yeah,
question
they
where
got
I always
me.
question your sources
They
on
got me
everything.
good.
I always question your sources on
It was
everything.
late.
You see a headline and you run with it.
It was late.
This is where your
Woke up middle of the night. Went, Whoa.
This is where your conspiracies come
That's-
from. The
this
fact that
is
that's
why-
in your algorithm is an issue. Fix it.
Politicians are on Capitol Hill talking about TikTok issues, and it's because of guys like him.
Exactly.
Every TikTok.
Yes.
I feel like the Chinese government is taking over, and Alex like, look at this, they're getting rid of hot dogs at US
He'll
Stadium.
send me videos of a guy whose
This'll
earphones
throw him off the set.
whose earphones still have cords, talking to himself in the car, being like, "Did you guys see this story about this government?" And so he's like, "This is my next episode of Unabashed."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many times are they going to do stuff and we just go, that's fine? right? Like Epstein, nothing happened.
Well, sure.
I mean,
Okay.
he got murdered.
No,
in
totally
prison,
agree.
but
Yeah.
Sure, but all the other people that went and did all those terrible things, they went to his.
I just hope
we
you're
do
not
not have
using
enough time for
TikTokers as
this.
your sources.
We do not
As
have
your
enough time.
sources is my point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, Diddy did a lot of terrible
Anyways.
things with a lot of people.
Let's
Nothing's gonna happen.
Anymore.
Anyways, the Chinese government made a TikTok about no hot dogs at U.S. Bank Stadium as a tester, and they're like, nobody's going to believe this, but let's get it out there. And then he retweeted it and was like, look at what's happening. So that's
That's how it goes.
You're
I
the
was
problem.
worried.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
Yeah, maybe he might be right.
You're the problem.
These pretzels are good though.
are those French fries? Oh, they're pretzels.
I was like, where did you get fries?
He's got
I
a
also
bag
thought
of
those were
fries down there.
Pretzels?
All right.
No, I'm good.
Any more draft takes?
Vikings move up. I think McCarthy goes 3. Vikings get scared. They do this year's 2 firsts, next year's first. We go to 4, get Drake May.
I actually am starting to lean a little bit your way, in that I think that the quarterbacks are maybe not going to go as fast as they thought, and the Vikings will be able to stay at 11 and take the guy that they want.
Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Like, it would not surprise
I don't
me
think
at
the
this point.
Patriots. One, I don't think the Patriots pick at 3. It's just not in the organization's nature.
I
They
could
trade
see
back.
I could see the Broncos doing something crazy.
Yeah.
And trading up to 3 to get Drake May or JJ McCarthy. 'Cause it
Watch
sounds like they
watch
like
the
McCarthy.
Rams.
Yeah.
Watch
Well,
the
that's
Rams.
another team behind us. Broncos, Raiders both need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And watch the Rams as the dark horse coming up.
So
Stafford's getting old.
Rams too.
They will want
feel
to
like
be
with
a
the-
part of that
I feel
fight.
like with
If
the
the
Raiders
Raiders
That's why I
and
say
us,
Penix at 11. That's why I say Penix at 11.
I feel like
the
with the
phones
Rams,
start
though,
ringing.
Sean McVay could take a guy like Bo Nix or take a guy like Rattler, because Stafford does have a year or 2 left.
Yeah.
And he could take one of those more project guys to see, like, is this going to work? And then they could actually use their first-round pick on a position of need.
That's gonna help them.
Like, for sure. That's my thought. I don't see the Rams trading up. I see them taking one of those second-tier or
what if
third-tier
McCarthy's available
guys.
at 7?
I said that I'm fine trading up if it's like a few spots and you're not getting rid of like either 23 or
Right,
next year's first
right.
round
But
pick.
that's why I think you got to set it on the table right away, move into 3 or 4. Otherwise, the fight at 5, 6, 7, and
I
8
just don't think
is
it's going to
be
there.
nuts.
I don't know.
I don't
I mean,
think
I could see
so.
the Giants jumping on one of those
Yep.
guys, but they have a lot more issues than
They
quarterback.
do,
And they owe Daniel
seriously.
Jones $50 million. So,
Yeah, he can hold a clipboard and make that
And
money.
If you're-
Darren-
if you're
and
Dayball-
paid Darren Waller a bunch, and
well, if
He's just injured
you're
now.
Dayball and you're guaranteed to, if the ownership is going to let you take your guy and he's not there this year, and you know that you're going to be bad, you're going to have a top 3 pick next year to take one of the future guys. So I don't know if they take a guy at 6 either. They have a lot of holes too.
Mhm.
I don't know.
People need to start tanking for 2026.
Why? Who's going to be available?
Archie.
Manning?
He's thrown 4 passes at the
Well,
college
it doesn't
level?
matter.
That's true.
Jersey sales.
That's true.
Seriously though,
Peyton Manning in your box seats.
Could you imagine if he goes to the Giants?
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I kind of hope that Marvin Harrison Jr. ends up on the Colts
Oh,
That would be
Just-
amazing.
that'd be
Just
great
for,
for your quarterback.
Man, would that be cool?
just for the tapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Get
Yep,
his dad's
down for
number.
that.
Be
And then
pretty
what if
sick.
That'd
what
be
if
awesome.
Richardson gets traded out of the blue and they get Archie next year? Manning to Harrison. All
No,
over.
I think the idea is you get Harrison for
How do you deal with this
Richardson.
guy?
Oh, it's tough.
It's hard.
It's real tough.
Get the movie right.
So let's move on. We're already running long, but I'd be remiss if
This is great.
we don't talk about being 2-0, baby. SKOL Wolves.
You're halfway there.
SKOL Wolves.
Yeah, but
you
it feels
were
good,
at the
man.
game last night.
I went to the game last night.
How was it?
It's the best basketball game, best Timberwolves game I've ever been to. I've been to a lot. And
We're not
oh
run-
my
we're
God,
not
was it
running
just
long
great.
because-
Would that be considered one of your happiest moments of your life?
It's up there.
Okay.
It was great. It was
Just
with my wife.
Oh,
Look
I
at
And
love
it was
that.
great.
My wife.
My wife. And it was great. God, was it great.
You know what's funny is I went to the Wolves Rockets game. What was that? 3 years ago.
I went to one of that. Okay, I got
It
a
was
story.
Game 4, that won the game that we won to extend the series.
Yep.
And that atmosphere was fun. It was a playoff game, but it was
Yeah.
clearly the fans knew that
We
this
didn't-
is not like we're not going to win this series. But it was hilarious when we did win, and
Mm-hmm.
we were all in the tunnel screaming "Wolves in 6," and then they got blown out by 30 the next game.
Yeah, which is the one I went to.
And then it was series
so that's the
over.
one I went
Yeah.
to. Well, no. So it was here.
You must
so
have went to
that
game 3.
It was game 3. We won game 3. Or no, sorry.
No,
we
we-
lost game 3. Won
we
game
won
4. This was also circa Trump being elected. And if you guys remember,
everything was cheaper.
all the fuck off, dude. Just- all of the
It was.
all of the
Things were cheaper during Bill Clinton's presidency too.
Yeah, Bill was fine. The worst thing Bill did was get a little action.
All you got to say
I got no
is, like,
qualms with Bill. His
all you
wife's
got to
nuts.
do is go to one president before and be like, things were cheaper, because shit just gets expensive always.
It's so true.
Like,
It's so
you
true.
know what? Things were cheaper during George
Do you
W.
see what you do,
Bush.
Sody? With one fucking quip?
This is why I like him here.
I'm
we
making
need
a point.
somebody to say, hey.
And then you talk about
My
politics.
God,
just
it
like
was
that.
You know, remember when it was 6 years ago and things were cheaper?
So wait. Didn't the price of gas and groceries and homes drop from Obama to
My
Trump?
grandma
Didn't
says
it?
that all the time.
I will
She's
do
like,
so
"This
many
used to
fucking
cost
fart
8
noises
cents
right now."
in 1948. I'm like,
Remember
oh,
when
shit.
gas was $1?
Yeah, man, it was
God.
crazy. 6
You're right.
years ago, shit was cheaper.
So
That's
here I
nuts.
am at the Target Center, Game 3. I'm
Censored.
psyched.
Censored.
Tickets
you,
were cheaper.
Thank you, Cal. Tickets were so much cheaper. Thanks, Obama. And driving up those NBA ticket prices, I'm sure. So
That's just the team value went up.
you'll remember there was all the not my president after he was elected, right? So I had a few throughout the game.
Oh God.
This, I'm telling this secondhand because at this point I had blacked out.
Perfect.
So this is Emily telling me the next day that we're leaving the game and we're walking through the tunnel. And
But I bet the other guy in this story is the asshole. Just
there's no other guy.
Okay.
It's just me leaving the game and walking, just leaving with the crowd, shouting, "Not my MVP," because James Harden won MVP that year, and I fucking hated James Harden.
I still hate James Harden.
Still hate James Harden.
I cannot watch a single game that he's involved with. The worst stylistically basketball player I've ever seen him. I know he's good. I know he's good.
No, I agree.
I just hate him.
I will agree with that until last night, and Booker became that person for me.
Booker's fine. I know we all hate
He's
him right
not.
now.
No,
but
he's not. He flops and cries at every damn play. Every screen where he gets brushed on, he's whipping his head back and throwing his arms out. It happened every fucking play.
I don't think we can say that, because Cat and Ant do that every play too.
Gobert does a lot of that too.
It's
part of the sport.
Timberwolves
He sells it. The Timberwolves don't sell it. They don't whip the head back. Hey, you've seen the picture of Booker's face.
Yeah,
They don't
practice
do
that.
that. They don't do that
Practice
bullshit.
flops.
I don't like it either. I hate when our guys do it. I mean, Luka's the Mount. He has all
Yeah.
4 faces of Mount Rushmore of complaining to the referees.
All 5 of them.
all 5 of them.
Talk about an awkward stylistic of play. That guy looks like he needs a lubrication on all of his joints.
He's
like-
fun though.
He's bound. Oh yeah, he's
Like-
loose. He's loose.
Love him.
And Booker does it too. But I will say about Booker versus like James Harden is his play is like he plays the game beautifully. Harden plays it so ugly, so much. Like
Just hard to
he
watch,
takes
yeah.
the whole entire shot clock to just dribble. Like, awful, dude.
Yeah,
It's
no,
so awful.
You can hear him in his head just.
He doesn't move 3 feet. He's like at the top of the
It's
key.
so
He
true.
does not move 3 feet.
It's
and
so
That was
true.
me in NBA Live 08 with the right stick. Just
and then
so
shoot
true.
a 3.
drain one from the logo. Yeah.
Dude, he
so
does.
true.
He like drains it from the logo. You're like, Jesus. But it's awful to watch.
It's also the bullshit with Booker. The incident, not much of an incident, but when him and Jaden are coming down. So Jaden kind of hits him first, and then Jaden goes to post up low block. Booker gives him a forearm. That's a foul that's called. And then McDaniels shoves him. And as soon as McDaniels says what's up, Booker puts his hands up like, "Oh, me? No, look at this fucker." And it's like, that's fine if you like you fish for bullshit from the refs, and that's the game you're playing, and it's the playoffs. He's not a leader.
I thought the
You
refs,
don't fish for that in the playoffs.
I thought the refs
You just
last
don't.
night weren't very good
I
compared
agree.
to game 1.
Oh, I
Yeah,
agree.
game one
Game
was
1 was
awesome.
great.
Yep.
That's-
I agree.
Like,
Let
that was
them go.
game 1 was good playoff refereeing
Yep.
where they did call the really tough, like the hard stuff, but they let a lot of the soft stuff go.
Right.
And
I
then
remember
last
saying-
night it was like
yeah.
They're
God,
kind of
this
all
is-
over the place.
They were. There was no consistency, and I do feel like in the second half the Suns got some pretty terrible calls.
They did.
Um,
First half, I think, favored Suns. Second half, absolutely favored
It's
us.
a weird game, but we're 2-0, so who gives a shit?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
cool
saying.
with it.
We won.
Exactly.
I don't really care.
It's awesome. It's the first time, the second time in our franchise's history we've been 2-0 in a playoff series. The second time.
so
That's how
rank
much
it.
fun
The other
it's been
team was
being a Wolves
20
fan.
years ago, right?
3 most fun in your
04.
Yep.
in your lifetime that you can remember,
Mm-hmm.
because there's been like fringe game, like the 2022 2023 KG years were like fringe years for me.
Yeah.
From like a remembrance standpoint, so I was 13.
Not for me. Cal was deep.
Yeah.
I got dragged right into
Who
it.
are the most fun teams to root for in Minnesota sports history of like the big 4? Like this team is fun to like, Ant
Yes.
is fun to root for.
Yes.
Any
like-
team with Adrian in his first 5 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, they just did not have like fun quarterbacks or anything.
Well,
or fun coaches.
I'm sorry. The NFC Championship, Brett Favre Vikings. That was a super fun team.
09. 09, absolutely.
That team was
Sidney
fun to
Rice,
root for.
yeah.
09 and 17 for
Percy
sure.
You had
Harvin.
Ben Lieber flying all over the place.
Yeah.
That
E.J.
was
Henderson.
a fun team.
Yep.
Yeah.
17 with Case Keenum leading the
Chad
charge.
Greenway,
That was a fun team.
Antonio, or who was our corner? The incredible guy.
Winfield.
You had two great safeties back there too, I believe.
One great safety.
I know this is like a tough conversation for you because it's never been fun to root for Aaron Rodgers. He has sucked for 20 years. So like,
Not an Aaron Rodgers fan.
Oh,
Yeah. Guy's terrible.
shit. Thought that was going to.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
that's
I
why
know
we
you're
were like,
fishing.
okay.
No, not there.
I'm not biting.
Didn't care.
Not that one. No, I'll let that go.
hook.
Yeah, he sucks.
This Wolves team is just fun.
Yes.
Like at the end of the day, they're good, but they're just fun to root. Like Jaden's fun.
There's
to
no
root for.
villain on the team. There's nobody you say I don't want to watch him
And
succeed.
it was Rudy last year. Everybody
Yep.
like hated
Yeah.
Rudy, but I saw the forest through the trees, man. I was always, as soon as that trade happened, I was on board
I
immediately.
was too.
Like,
It will
I
work.
totally
Yep.
was.
It will.
I also have to float my own boat, saying I wasn't worried about the Suns. Everyone was. Shut up, Doc.
He's always patting his
Seriously, I will. It was doom. We get blown out last game of the year, so we have to play them again. We've lost 9 out of 10.
I was a little worried, mainly just because this team is so good at defending the rim and defending the 3-point line. The one thing that they were always
Is the
willing to
mid-range,
give up was the
right?
mid-range, and this is the best mid-range shooting team in
It
basketball.
is. Only reason I'm not worried about that is because I think all we have to do, and we've kind of shown this, is just man the fuck up because we have the personnel to defend their 3 ISO players,
Well, we
which
need-
is their entire way of basketball.
We needed our guys who have not had much playoff basketball to step up to playoff mentality. And to be fair, all those guys have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jaden has done that. He has clamped down. He is playing the best.
Maybe the
defensive
2 best
basketball
games
of
he's
his
ever
career.
played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you already have those guys are good normally, but they needed to take it to another level, and they have. They just have said, you know what we're
Yep.
going to do?
Exactly.
We are the best defensive team in basketball, and we're going to make ourselves even better than that.
And I can't
Like,
wait until Nas shows up.
Yeah, he's just
Right?
been-
He was fine game 1 and quiet yesterday.
You know, it's funny. I went and drove to Iowa right before the Masters. I do it every year to make Augusta National bets because it's legal sports betting down there.
the Mecca, man.
It's great, Diamond Joe's.
Mm.
And I also did a few futures. I got a Nas Reed to win six man of the year, and that cashed today.
What?
How much did you get?
Let's go.
I just bet $25.
So you got how much?
$25, an extra 20. It was like minus 105.
Okay, because our buddy Nate Tryman on the show last week, Nate, I'm giving you a shout out, just won $900 off that.
Jesus.
Just won $900
I just
off
did a
Nas
baby
Reed.
bet.
Nate, this is for you.
I do have $20 on the Wolves to be the Western Conference Finals champions.
I have $20 on
At
NBA
plus 12,
champions. I have
or
20
12
bucks on
12 to
NBA
1.
champs.
Nice.
Yeah.
What does that pay?
I'm not sure. Dad's placing it this week for me while he's in Vegas.
I bet at 12 to 1 for them to be the Western Conference Finals champs. So
Not bad.
This is a theory
Pretty
I think my brother still does, but he called it the fan tax. Every year you bet $100 on that team to win the championship.
yeah,
It's investing in. You're going to watch the games anyways, but if they win it all, you can go, yes, I made money. It was actually worth my time to watch this game.
I thought that was a good idea at
Not
one
bad.
point in time, but I just remembered that I've been a Vikes fan for 34
I know we're
years,
from
and
Minnesota.
that's-
We can't rely on that.
Yeah.
Hey, one bet hits though, and
Even if the Vikes ever won, like say that they have put this great team together, right?
Eventually.
They're like 8 to 1 to win it all. They're like stacked, and then you win, and all you win is 8 to 1,
And you
have bet
3,400
that
down.
100,
Yeah.
over 34 years. I'm still in the negative.
But that's why you got to do. You got to place those bets before
so I'm
the
going to start
draft,
now. I won't
and
live
then
in
hope
the
that
80s.
they go
Yeah,
on
you
a
gotta-
run.
You got to place them after they've had like one of the worst seasons
Yeah.
ever, and they're like 50 to 1.
Yeah,
Right.
and you hope it hits.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Well,
Not
not for
gonna.
you
It's
guys.
not gonna.
Doc, you just look. I get it. I can't say anything.
No, it just kills me that you guys think Jordan Love's not good.
This has always been thinking about for
Yeah, I
this
know.
podcast has been going for 20 minutes.
Dude,
and
it's just
like,
he threw for over 4,000 yards and 30 plus touchdowns last
You know what's
year.
even crazier is the fact that you brought it up just reminded me that, yeah, he's not.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
He's super above average mediocre.
God,
He's
I
like
just
Baker Mayfield.
he's
kinda.
like the
fucking-
18th best quarterback in football. That's all
fuck
right.
off.
He can be 14 some
He
He
weeks.
could be like
You're-
14.
some
yeah.
weeks.
He could. He could
If
maybe
they had
get to Kirk
quarterback
Cousins
power
level at
rankings,
some
I
point
think
in
he
time.
would have been 12
Agreed.
at his best and 22nd at his worst.
Yeah. Like if he becomes like Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins level good, the thing about Jordan Love is he has one this year before you got to pay him.
Well, yeah, we got to pay him.
He has this season.
So you're going to pay him a ton of money,
Yeah,
right?
because we didn't pick up his 5th-year option. We
Jordan Love
gave
is
him a
good,
little less.
but is he $45 million?
Oh, we won't have
a
to do
year?
that.
Yeah, you will.
No.
Daniel Jones
Why?
set a precedent for mid quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, but everyone
Jordan Love-
understands that was a
If you
stupid deal.
If you think that
Everyone
he's that
thinks
good,
that was a
he's getting
stupid.
paid $45 million.
I'll be
You
happy
know what
with
Jordan
that.
Love's
Fine.
he's gonna say? I don't care if it's a stupid deal. I'm getting
I'm fine with it.
getting a
I
stupider
actually
one.
would not be
Yeah.
shocked
sure.
if Jordan Love got $50 million.
And I'm fine with that.
You're fine with 50?
Yeah.
Oh,
You are?
man. Doc's in. He's all in.
Yeah.
That's what 18% of the cap, roughly.
Probably.
It's 250-ish million.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fine with that.
Okay. I
But
like it.
because
I
you-
mean, I like the
'cause-
confidence. I gotta say, I've never been this confident about a Vikings quarterback in 35 years.
Right.
So like,
Right.
1 year with Teddy, I was like, this is.
I,
it. And then
I
he
was about
shredded
to
his
say, I
knee,
was that
so-
confident. I was that
like-
confident in Teddy.
I was too. I was like, this is a winner right here. And then as soon as that left my mouth, he put his foot in the ground and then tore his knee into him.
Even
Yeah,
after
that's
that happened, I was convinced he would win a Super Bowl before the end of his career.
He
I, was,
did.
I always said I wouldn't
and
be
now
surprised
he's
if
the
that
head
happened.
coach of a high school football team.
Yep.
Wait, didn't he win a Super Bowl as a backup?
Probably.
Did he?
He's
No,
been
no.
he's been
No.
backup for a lot of teams at this point. I don't
Was
think
he the
has.
backup for the Lions last year?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he got close.
he did get
Absolutely.
close.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
It was either them or Miami.
I remember he walked out after the last game. There was pictures of him and Dan Campbell with their arms around each other. and
Nice.
It was cool.
Huh,
Love
nice.
Dan Cam.
Anyway, so moral of the story: Jordan Love is
Trash.
mid at best,
He's
Super
trash.
and the
Mid.
Packers are going to pay
Super
God.
mid.
$50 million.
I can't wait for
No
us to
other
draft a
discussion
quarterback this year,
needed.
first round.
Wait, are you a Bucks fan too, or do you, basketball not your thing? Or,
No,
Well,
I've,
he is now a.
I've been a free agent.
I've tried.
welcome.
I've tried all year to get him on the Wolves, and this would be the year to do it.
hockey, basketball.
Loves
or
hockey.
I love
baseball?
hockey. Yeah.
He Blues.
You guys
St. Louis
talk
Blues.
wild? Ugh.
Not
why?
not anymore. We do.
Missouri.
Don't. Sody, you're probably out of frame.
You know, hockey's such an interesting thing because I don't know, I just used to love hockey, just like every other Minnesotan. And then now, if you ask me, like, what are your favorite sports? I think hockey's sixth. I watched maybe one Wild game this year.
Wow.
It doesn't help that they're terrible.
For me, that's baseball. Honestly.
That has like dropped down the list.
Yeah.
So for me,
I'll love going to a game anytime, but I
Pitch count helped a lot for me.
It
I
did,
will watch
yeah.
baseball.
Now you're talking 2 hours,
Pitch
50
count
minutes.
helps.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do like that.
But still, it's 160 games where guys will. The hitter will dribble one up center. He'll jog to
I
first,
just-
yuck it up with the first baseman on the other team, and
I love baseball. I love the
You know.
nonchalantness of baseball.
that's why I like going and
It's
watching
an
it live.
individual team sport.
Baseball is the best live sport,
Sure.
Whoa.
followed by football.
Well,
I'll take-
Football's
no.
too intense for. Well, so here's my complaint about football. As someone who has had season tickets for the Vikes, football is intense when you have red zone channel.
I will. No,
Football
I'll agree.
in person
I will
sucks
agree.
because there's way too
I
many
will agree.
breaks. There's
Right.
way too much stoppage, and that it's really hard. I mean, obviously, when they score a touchdown, everything goes crazy. But there's probably like 2 minutes of actual good things happening in football, but you're like glued to your seat the whole time.
Oh,
Where in
the
baseball,
time
there's, like, 2
time is
minutes.
around 10 minutes of actual action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to say they've
awful.
done studies. Yeah, it's like 12 minutes,
Yeah.
and then the rest is
Hockey's
just.
good for that.
I
Like,
love
hockey in
hockey.
person is like a
Yeah.
constant.
Love
like,
hockey
the
in
whole
person.
crowd's doing
But-
the whoa as soon as the puck
I'll
gets
agree with
close.
you
Yep.
about baseball because the last couple football games I've been to experienced just a little too close to some very belligerent people where I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's awful.
where it's
Fans
like
are-
I'd rather be
fans
on
are
my
hideous.
couch with my own booze
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
Suck. Yep.
You spent
baseball?
$600. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
for-
could have bought a
for
nicer
probably-
TV
for
to watch
probably the
all
best.
season for going to that game.
Yeah,
Yep.
everyone's chill. And basketball can be hit or miss, and it's just who's around you. But football, I feel like the odds that some dickhead is
basketball
around
in
you.
January is so boring. Like, unless
Sure,
you're like,
sure.
unless it's like Wolves Lakers on a Saturday night where the fans really care.
But then they're still
Like-
trying to hype it up like it's a playoff
Right,
game, and
it's
everyone's
awful.
Well, George, I thought you told me once that hockey fans were the worst.
Whoa.
I think they're one of the most polite.
never
Yeah.
hockey fans.
Yeah.
No,
You were telling me about
I was talking about.
like hockey or players.
Hockey in person.
I was
so-
I was talking about Moorhead.
Oh,
Minnesota.
yeah. No, yeah, that's a different story. No, but like
Monsters.
when I wear blue shit to Wild games, I don't get shit.
I don't
great.
think people care that. I like
Yeah.
football's the only sport where anyone really cares if you're wearing opposing team.
And it's only
Man,
'cause
no,
they're
dude,
hammered.
baseball. If you're in Cardinals gear at Wrigley Field,
there are some
yeah,
of
no,
those.
not good.
If
Well, that's
you're- if
Chicago,
you're-
man.
If you're in,
You wear anything wrong color in Chicago,
I mean,
somebody's going to
that's-
say
You
something.
get shot.
Yeah.
I wore Twins gear to a Cubs game and nobody batted an eye.
Well,
Well,
they
yeah.
feel bad for us. They're like, oh,
Sure.
We should.
Yeah, that's
feel bad for
Minnesota.
them.
Well, they won one.
Yeah, but
Man, I've only been to one Twins game. I did not like it.
Target Field's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Target
one of
Field's great.
that is
Nothing to do with
probably
the
my
stadium.
favorite
It
venue.
just was. It
You
just
gotta
didn't do it.
You have to, in order to enjoy baseball, you gotta appreciate the laid backness of the whole thing.
He's saying you got to be stoned off his product.
Yeah.
By the way,
Sure.
we should invite Josh to do the 9x9x9 one game this year.
Oh yeah, 9 beers, 9 dogs,
9
9
innings.
Yeah.
9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings. You go home.
It's just
I couldn't
interesting
do it.
how like
I couldn't do
over
it.
the years sports like so now I'm 34 and golf is probably my second favorite sport to watch.
Oh, I love golf.
Yes.
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 It's
huge fan.
incredible,
It's
right?
just the best.
It takes
Especially
a
when
little
it's
while to get
cold
there,
and
though.
gray
does,
outside, and
yeah.
then
It
HD
really
TV
does.
brings you to Augusta. You're,
Yeah. Oh,
go.
you fire up like a sandwich. It's like
Yep.
1 p.m. on a Sunday. You're like, this is about to just absolutely
Yes.
crush.
Oh, I had-
Are you good at golf?
beverage and a snack.
You
yeah.
golf? Are you
I
good?
do golf. Yeah,
You good?
I'm not
He's
good.
good.
No, I'm not good.
He's better than us.
I'm like
he's better than us.
mid 90s.
Is this
Are you
maybe
better than my brother?
the tournament foursome?
me and
Hey.
Cal are actually very, very close.
I was gonna say that's why I was.
We have
We've
multiple.
had totally different games though. He is like a very consistent, drives it down the middle, knows how to putt, like very
Makes
good.
sense.
plays it
Cal.
safe,
I
like
am
he does
like-
with his auction money.
Yeah, I am. he drives
Love
it
you, Cal.
like 200. Like he's just so consistent.
Yep.
Where if I'm striping it good, can hit it
You can
290.
smoke it.
I can crush it, but that comes with some pitfalls.
Oh, yeah.
And when I'm not stroking it, it's like 6 holes away,
Yep.
like on the right hand side. So. We
what
play
he's getting
like
at.
our scores
be a
end up
great
being very
TV
similar
matchup. Yep.
because like I just will have some blow up holes because
I feel like that's also you and I.
Yeah, but that's perfect because
What he's getting at, Josh, is
Yeah.
as management of the hotel, we go to a lot of golf tournaments. Not a lot, a few,
Couple.
a handful
for
throughout.
what like any particular reason. Like,
just because we have accounts with them, and so we
Oh,
just
sure,
get invited
gotcha.
to their tournament.
Yeah, got you.
Concordia College,
McAllister,
They didn't
McAllister,
invite
St.
me
Paul
once.
Saints.
St. Paul Saints.
So what I'm getting at is
Got
our hotel director of sales is unable to go to at least one of these tournaments for sure, and so we
will need
gotta
a third
fill
and a
the
fourth.
spots.
I'm always interested.
We've already cemented you in theoretically. So
Theoretically,
theoretically,
Well, that's weird. My calendar's open.
Dude,
You
I
don't know where these dates are. You don't know when
I
it's
swear to
happening.
God,
Wait a
I
second.
golfed with your cousin yesterday.
don't you have?
that?
Didn't he just get a new job?
Sure
and he's
did.
already trying to take time off.
I'm telling you.
I hope his boss is listening.
Oh, I'm
When's this
telling you.
tournament? I make my own.
We don't know yet.
No, I have the date. I got.
Great.
I'll figure it out. But
Well,
I think this is the foursome for the
We'll
tournament.
look you guys in. That'd be
Oh, wait,
great.
there's 4.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
sit
I'm
back
sorry, I
down.
blew
Here he
up.
comes. It's fine.
Dude, but I golfed with your cousin yesterday. I swear to God, he's
over?
driving in between shots, hitting his fucking vape pen, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm just killing this ball." And then he duffs it.
Are you even golfing if on the turn you don't get a hot dog and smoke a joint?
Yeah,
Well, you know, you gotta get a glizzy.
You
Yeah.
measure golf success in beers and oneies.
I will tell you, I got some weird looks. I showed
I will
up to
die
the
on that
driving
hill.
range the other day in my shit-kicking boots and some blue jeans.
Yeah.
They're like, is this guy wearing cowboy boots? I'm like, no, I don't own any cowboy.
You know the new thing now is to take mushrooms in golf.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a new phenomenon.
Barstool
Love to
had a
try
whole
it.
tournament
That's how I
on
might
that.
do.
I believe.
That's
Love to try
on my
it.
to-do
A
list.
bunch of people did. Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go, Wolves in fill in the blank.
5.
5.
I've said 5 since the beginning.
They'll
Let's
go
go.
win their first home game, and then next 2 are us.
Hey, instead
Finishes
of
in mini.
doing pizza ratings, we should do golf course hot dog ratings.
Dude,
Oh,
I
that's
want
That's
to
a
do
great idea.
We should do.
Great idea.
If we could also do gas station hot dog ratings.
No, just-
I'm in on that.
golf
Yep.
course ratings, and then one of the it'll be like amenities, bar,
I
food.
don't
hot
go to
dog.
that many
All I'm
different
hearing is
golf
so many
courses.
Mount Rushmores coming your way, everyone. Please like, subscribe to everything that we do. If you want to keep hearing us, please do that. Also, check out Patreon where you can pay a little bit of money. $5 a month. Sacrifice a Big Mac, and you can hear some cool shit. You can hear Sody go off the rails, which is a lot of fun. Love you.